We are still in section 3.5. We're working with models of logarithmic and exponential functions, and we are taking a look at example number 2. So example number 2 says, how much will it cost you to send your first child to college if the rate of increase in tuition is 10% per year? Well, I decided to do a little bit of research before going over this problem with you, and so I want to first change the tuition increase rate. I went to collegeboard.com or .org and looked at a few other websites, and we found that in the year 2015-16, the average cost of tuition at a private, non-profit four-year university is $32,405. So this is a private, nonprofit university average tuition. Then I looked up the rate of inflation, which means at what rate is tuition increasing each year, and I found that the rate of inflation is approximately 3.7%. And again, this is for private, nonprofit colleges. So let's use this data to answer this question. How much will it cost you, a 17-year-old, 16-year-old student, to send your first child to college based on totals right now? Well, we know that because the rate is positive, we will have an increasing exponential function. We know our model for increasing exponential functions is A equals the initial amount times E raised to the rate times time power. So if we start our calculations from the year 2015-16, data is not yet out for 16-17, so we will go with this as our initial amount. Times E, we know that our interest rate is 3.7. Remember, when we calculate that, we have to move our decimal 2 places to the left. So we will actually use 0.037 as our rate in the problem. Okay, now let's think about how many years this is going to be. Right now, we'll go and we will say that you are 17 years old. And if you're 17, let's say that you get married 10 years down the road when you're 27, so 10 years from now. And then you wait until you're 30, so 3 years later, to have your first child. And then that child's not going to go off to college until they're 18 years old. So that's 28, 31 years. So let's say that 31 years from now, you are sending your first child off to college. So we'll use that value for T. So I'd like you to take a moment and calculate to see how much will 1 year of tuition at a private, nonprofit four-year college cost for your child. Okay, so it looks like if the rates continue to increase at this rate, it looks like it's going to cost you $102,035 to send your child to college for 1 year. And this is just tuition. This does not include room and board and books and what it costs to feed them. But I hope this gives you an awareness of how tuition does increase and gives you an awareness of what to expect. Hopefully by that time, our country will perhaps have something in place so getting an education for just 1 year is not quite this expensive.